What's up, my man Garrett? How you doing, my man?
If I was Garrett.
Oh shit! What's up, Jim? How you doing? I hope he's not watching.
Well, if he is, he'll get a kick out of it.
I haven't even had my first sip yet, dude, and I'm already mispronouncing words.
It's all good.
This is your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast. Another edition of Cigars and Sports with my man.
Jim from Fan in the Van.
And it's Friday night. You know what time it is. We're going to light them. We're going to talk shit. We're going to talk sports. And, I did last week. I didn't bring something to sip, but I got this nice little dark rum that my buddy from Colombia got me with his last trip. It's actually, they don't sell them in the U.S. So, hey, man, I like scotch when I do my cigars, but I also like dark rum, man. I'm an island guy, bro. I was born in Cuba. You got a little flavor, man. But I like dark rum on the rocks, and we're definitely gonna light. It's like what grandfather used to do back in the day, man. He would smoke the cigars. They're working in the fields all day, and then cheap ass rum. But he would drink some of that right before after dinner.
And rum is rum,
especially the good one, though. So, we had a lot. We're gonna cover a lot today. I mean, we have a lot today. Of course, we're gonna talk the smoke of the day, what you're smoking, what I'm smoking, listen, we got to talk about a little bit about the highest player right now in the NFL. I think we had a couple of guys that set some back-to-back records. Thursday Night Football, baby, the season is fucking on, right? I mean, last night, it was, we've been all of us have been like little kids, waiting under the Christmas tree for fucking Santa to come down, right? And of course, man, we're gonna break down every single game, right, for this weekend. We got to go predictions, rapid predictions on every effing game because it is freaking week one, man.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely. If you're if you're a strong, viral, drinking, smoking cigar male or a girl. Women smoke cigars too. We don't discriminate on this show.
No, that we don't. And there's some hot women that smoke cigars. That's a huge turn on. I'll tell you that.
I'm telling you, baby. If you're ever, when we got a plan. Bring it down here to Florida. I could take you to some spots, man. Well, I'm married now, but we could look, right? I mean, I think you're a free agent, but you know what I'm saying, bro? I could just be your manager. But yeah, down here, the culture with women and cigars it's iconic, man. Beautiful.
Oh, I'll get into some trouble.
Oh, you absolutely
I'll get into some trouble.
Absolutely will, man. Kick it off for us, my brother. What are you smoking today, man? You told me you had something special, so I'm dying to hear what you got popping today, my man.
All right, so obviously everybody knows that I had to wear the hat tonight. South Shore Cigar.
Shout out, Shore.
So I had to, I actually picked up some cigars last night. So the owner, one of the owners, Chris, actually handpicked this one.
Okay.
And he outdid himself with this one. For those who don't know, this is the Timeless Supreme exclusive Ferio Tego brand by Michael Herklots and Company. This is. Any Ferio Tego cigar is a smooth smoke. You cannot go wrong with a Ferio Tego, I should say. Ooh. Absolutely amazing smoke. It's not even 9 out of 10 times. It's 10 out of 10 times. When I go, I got to get one. Ooh, that's just how good it is. It's pricey, but this one, Chris gave it to me on the arm. So.
Ooh, nice, man. It's
good to have connections.
Hey, listen, those boys treat you right, man. South Shore, I'm telling you, man. When I make my way down, down in New York, I haven't been down on home in a while, man. I definitely got to swing by and we can get together, and do a live one actually next to each other, something like that. And I would definitely want to partake on that spot, man. There's nothing. I love the the camaraderie, right? When you belong to a lounge, right, that you go often, even if you're not a member, whatever the case may be. But when you go there, man, walking around and just picking up your cigars and talking smack with the people there. Football season, I'm assuming these guys have big screens and stuff like that. Do they? That's
they have every game on. They got every game on. I think he's got every sports package you could think of there.
Nice. They're very nice. Yeah. I'm actually I'm going with another one of my favorite smokes. Remember I told you the last time I went with a Partagas, which is is from Cuba, and it's actually legit Cuban. I told you when my mom the few times that she's able to go, I still got family members who work at the factory and actually, they're not gonna hear this shit. Cuba. There stinks about and they fucking, and I get hooked up. So these are another ones that I was able to get a year. You keep them in the humidor, So it's actually one of my favorite. It's a Monte Cristo, but it's an open eagle. It's one of my favorite because it's a short smoke, right? Let's see where we're at. It's a short smoke, but it's such a great smooth man. And it's one of my second favorite cigar right here. So it's definitely want to light it up tonight. And one thing I forgot to ask you, man, what kind of cutter guy are you? Like, how do you
Well,
like?
actually, I have this lighter that's actually a 3-in-1. So
Oh,
it's actually a holder. You can actually lay your cigar on it,
yep, nice.
and it does a V cut.
Oh, so you got the V cut. That's what I'm on
Yeah,
tonight. I'm gonna V cut this bad boy
yeah.
right here. I'm gonna V cut this one. So you like, yeah. I mean, it
It's
depends
either
on the cigar,
yeah. Like for me, a V cut or like a cat eye. I don't like using those like old school cutters because you gotta fucking find the shoulder, and if you cut
Yeah,
too much, then you lose some of the flavor of the cigar, and it's like,
I know.
this fucking thing sucks. I hate doing that.
Yeah, it's funny because I'll use the standard circle and stuff like that, but I got it down to a science. You know what I mean? It depends if it's something big. So, but yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna V cut this one tonight. It's because it's a smaller cigar, so I kind of wanted to last a little longer. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah,
Definitely already hit that. And that's good. We're gonna go hit. Oh, you're already ahead of the game, man. You're already ahead of the game, brother. Talking about ahead of
I've
the
been
game,
waiting.
bro. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I've been waiting since last night to smoke this fucking thing.
Hey, you have a lot of willpower, my brother. You know what I'm saying, dude? Because when you got that kind of jewel, and
Yeah,
folks, don't get it twisted. That stick he has in his hand retails for like $30 and above in some places, right? Am I right or wrong? I
yep,
mean that's not a
yep,
listen. That's Opus X. All right, Arturo Fuentes Opus X territory. That's their competitor. All right, and here in the U.S. Don't get it twisted. That
yep.
that's a great smoke and is a it's one of those additions, man. That fuck if you're a degenerate and an addict, a cigar addict like we are, man. That's like the best. Like Scarface said in the movie, a while back. Hey, Frank, 20 aquí is puro, man. You can get any more. That's so pure right now, man. It's not even funny. Yeah, talking about Scarface, right? Even though completely like digressing here. It's funny. We were talking about this the other day, and you were a big fan of The Sopranos because you used that meme on Twitter all the time, man, of Tony smoking. And bro, it's funny
Oh
how
yeah,
the culture of that show was cigars. I think,
yeah,
and the reason why I bring that up is because I started watching it again. I'm in season 3 again because it's been a long time. I had nothing, before shows popped up.
yeah,
I started putting that on night because that's the only way I go to sleep, by putting the iPad on and falling and watching something.
yeah,
Brother, and I've been watching them in season 3 and going back now, I'm like, dude, I think almost every episode they smoked a cigar.
yeah.
I mean, I'm like, wow,
Especially
man.
Tony.
Yeah, especially Tony. Tony was the main guy smoking them. But I think there was a cigar
Yeah,
lit up in one or the other. One of the way. Let me light this up. What do you think? I mean, what do you think these guys smoke when they were on? Because I also read somewhere that they smoked for real on set, apart from just
yeah. I know. When I used to work for Smithtown Toyota, and I was a driver, and I would finish my route early, I used to stop at this one place in Huntington on Route 110. They actually were selling one of the last boxes of the CAOs that were used
okay.
in The Sopranos, and so I actually bought like the last three. So I know CAOs were like a big cigar that was on set for The Sopranos. They obviously smoked Fuentes as well. I think the
Yep.
Hemingway is what was used a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and the I'm gonna butcher it. I know it's like a Spanish one. In a
So
way, it's like Hoyo de something. I forget.
Olla del Rey or something like that.
Yeah,
But supposedly they used to have like some of the manufacturers, send them cigars. They
yeah,
like Fuentes, David Dobbs a lot too. Chow, like you said, CAO, and
yeah,
also when they had Cubans, legit Cubans, they would have them on set. But these guys, I remember there was not just Tony in the show, but I heard that the crew itself, right, also smoked cigars like off set and stuff like that. Here, let me go ahead and backtrack here. Oops, I'm giving away the cow here, but. But supposedly the crew will smoke a couple times a day, man, in between shots,
yeah,
in between shootings.
yeah.
One of the greatest fucking show
Oh,
of all time.
oh, yeah. I started binge watching it again. I think I'm in I'm in the second part of season 6 because obviously they split it up, and obviously the second part of season 6 to me is a little bit better than the first part. With Tony getting shot and all that, and the alter ego Kevin Finnerty. I really kind of didn't like those episodes, but when they got off that and it went the whole different route, like him and Bobby fighting up at the lake.
Yeah.
Like when they got into that, like when it went that route, it got a little bit better, but
yeah, it's a shame.
ultimately it had to end.
Yeah, they didn't end it like everybody wanted it because it's like anything else, man. Game of Thrones, right? Those iconic series, bro.
Yeah,
You're gonna get the bread and butter early on, right? After like the
yeah,
fourth season, it's hard to write about the same thing over and over again. And they did a pretty
yeah,
good job of keeping it interesting, right? But
yeah.
man, it's funny because it still holds so much so much relevance today. Especially in the cigar uh, culture, right? I think they
Yeah.
hold so much relevance because the way, dude, it was funny, man. I mean, I see Tony Soprano, right, Gandolfini, and it reminds me of my old man because my old man was bald, fat, and he smoked stogies. And as a kid, I used to go with him and his buddies. And don't get me wrong, he wasn't a mobster, he wasn't even rich, but he had like a 1978 Cadillac, and he had those damn shirts with the wingtips and shit. You know what I mean? And all his boys were all fat and bald, and I would all hang out with them at the aqueduct, right, racetracks on Sundays, because that's the only way my mom would let him be out for like 8 hours on a Sunday. You know what I mean? With me. So these
Yeah.
guys would light up cigars. I didn't even know what the hell they were lighting up back then, but it was cool, man. It was like I watched The Sopranos older, of course, when they came out.
Yeah.
But great show, man. Definitely an iconic show and big influence in probably a lot of people smoking cigars.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, when The Sopranos came out, I think I was still in high school.
Mm.
And at that time, you could buy tobacco at 18. So it's like, you see Tony Soprano sitting there, let's say after he's done banging his gumad, right?
Mm. Yep. The
And what
Russian
does he
chick.
grab for? Yeah. And what does he grab for? Now, most guys, when they're done with a woman, they reach for a cigarette or she reaches for a cigarette, whatever it is.
Yep.
There's Tony, and he's got the big cigar out, and it's like almost like having 2 orgasms in one.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, you got done, you finished with her, and now you get to enjoy this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then
was just
it's
like,
funny.
you know what? Yeah.
Driving home, right? Because I love that, the entrance, the intro video but he's driving home, right, in his fucking SUV down the freaking tunnel, whatever that tunnel was, or over the bridge going to Jersey, and he has the window open, lighting up, man, a big ass whatever the hell it was. It was probably some Cuban or something like that, and he just smoking that bad boy,
Yeah.
in his fucking SUV, total badass, bro. I mean, I don't know, but I never mastered smoking well while driving. I'll tell you that much. I tried that a couple of times, and because I down here in Florida, and it's highway everywhere you go, so you're like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
It's hard to smoke and drive at the same time.
I've mastered it.
Yeah, no,
I'm able to. I'm
locally I
able to
can.
do it, but well, yeah, that's it. Locally, yeah, it's a lot easier because you
Yeah.
got stop and go. Plus, before I leave, I already have it cut. I already have it lit. So,
Nice.
once I'm in the car, that's it. I don't have to do anything else. So it's kind of easy to master it that way if you kind of pre-plan it.
I got you. So the next intro video for Cigars and Sports, we're gonna replicate the Sopranos with you, bro. Driving and shit. Yeah.
I was almost thinking of doing YouTube shorts where I just reenact certain things that he does.
Nah, dude,
I think that would hit.
That's awesome, man. Sopranos, great show, man. Rest in peace to the GOAT. All right. Tony Gandolfini, right? Was it Tony? His name was Tony, right, too, right? Or James?
James Gandolfini.
James Gandolfini, yeah. James
Gandolfini.
Yeah, James
Yep.
Gandolfini. I mean, yeah, man, it's gone too soon, man. We lost one of the great ones, one of the greatest characters, man, of any show ever made, and iconically great for the culture and the cigar culture as well, man. So, all right, brother, let's keep lighting these bad boys up. Cheers, and listen, somebody got paid a nice amount of money, man. Well, 2 people got paid a nice lot of money this past couple days. Bosa
within the same. I think it was the same day.
Was it the same day? You're right. It might be the same day.
I think just hours apart.
Yeah. First, and we're not going to spend too much time because the bigger story is Joey. But so Bosa, right? finally was holding out, and he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna be in the lineup, but what he got like? It ended up coming out to like 50 a year, I think, for the high. He's the highest paid lineman. It's like
I think so, because it's
3 years.
5 years, 170.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way they were able to do it is they had to restructure Kittle and Trent Williams contracts to do it. So, hey, I commend them for doing it.
Yeah. Listen, if they want to win, San Francisco wants to win now. And the only way they're going to win now with not a franchise quarterback, as nice as Purdy was last year, he's no franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not like, he's not an elite. He's not in Joey Money Bags now, Burrow status. You know what I'm saying, dude? Who now became what? The highest paid player ever. 275, 219 million. He's still 10 short of guaranteed money from Massage Watson, but hey.
Yeah.
Overall, he's gonna make more money. Overall, he's gonna make more money than Jerka's boy. So
yep.
Dude, I mean, the guy deserves every dime. You knew that he was gonna be the highest paid after Herb. We had the whole Lamar and then Jalen, and then that's the way it's just gonna go. These guys are gonna set each other's markets. So, and then of course Herbert was the last one, and this guy right here who has more on his resume than Herbert does. Of course, he's gonna get paid.
Absolutely.
So, and I know he's a rival for you, man, and it kind of bothers you a little bit to have him up there, but
yeah, it does. But you know what? If you're good at what you do, you got to get paid for it. Yeah. It's really just simple as that. And if Cincinnati's looking at it, listen, it's a $255 million investment, whatever it is, for however many years it is. So now he's stuck in the AFC North for pretty much the rest of his career, but at least he's showing loyalty and not playing that, let me get into this bidding war where it's, all right, well, let's say the Niners are bidding for me or the Packers want me and I'm just driving up the price. In essence, he's staying home.
No,
is what he's doing.
And and these contracts right now, especially the quarterbacks, right? They're structured in a way that after 2 years, 3, you could cut bait or restructure the contract again, right? And and you get that money guaranteed, and they put it in front of the signing bonus. So it's there's a lot of flexibility on like basketball or like baseball, where it's like, no, listen, you got to make 275. It's gonna be 275 for 10 years, and that's it, what it is, or 10 years. There's no flexibility to restructure anything. So like I'm telling you, I think you and I were talking about it right before the show. Patrick Mahomes, who has the most guaranteed money because he had the longer contract. It's not now. It's like the 4th highest per year or 5th paid player, right? So guess what? Next year, they're going to restructure that contract, and this guy's averaging I think now 275 if he plays the entire contract. It's like 55 million a year overall, but it's all all in. Guess what, man? Patrick is going to restructure his shit, and he's going to end up making 60. So and they're going to keep doing this over and over again. I think the quarterback is the most important position in football. You got to pay for it when you have a guy like this.
Yeah, and Cleveland should learn to restructure Watson's, because after he has another shitty season, you might want to take money back instead of giving him more money. But we all know what they do in Cleveland. It's ass backwards. So they'll probably even give him more money.
What's nuts
can't
about
make it up if they do it.
It's fully guaranteed, so they can't do that shit.
Well, that was the dumbest thing. The guy didn't play in almost 2 years, and you gave away future draft picks you could have used to get a quarterback that might actually produce for you. But instead, you went with this guy who not only hasn't played in almost 2 years, but he has all this legal baggage with it. And then you reward him with this obscene guaranteed deal. But, it's the old saying, Cleveland's always going to Cleveland. So
they could have had,
when you don't win anything again, blame your ownership.
Post Baker Mayfield, they probably could have landed a nice quarterback this year, probably one of the top 3, because they probably would have won like 2 or 3 games, some shit like that. All right, or I mean, they're just dumb, dude. They're just dumb. And like you said, Cleveland's gonna Cleveland. But shout out to Joey Bags over here. This fucking guy, man. He's gonna have a nice. I
can't knock it.
He's
to think the kid from Home Alone got left home alone, and now he's the richest guy in the world.
He's gonna buy some new ice. He likes his chunks. You know what I mean?
The kid
he loves his fucking chunks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Macaulay Culkin, bro. Kevin from Home Alone. That's pretty funny. Kevin from Home Alone, man. All right, brother. So yeah, man, we have to bring this up. Joey Bags over here, and moving on. And I think
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes got in his head last night, because I think he heard that this guy's making more money than him, and I think that might have been, I don't know, I'm just bullshitting here, but it could have been one of the reasons why I don't think he was playing as well as he should have played. He played well. Look, he played well. That freaking pick, my man, was crap. All right, was BS. Was really BS. So it's Kadarius Toney. All Kadarius Toney. I mean, I watched that pick over and over again, and you cannot throw a better football.
Yep, he should have had that.
That was like, dude, talk about
Tony should have called it.
Oh my gosh, talk about Butterfingers, man. 21-20, man. I actually took the points for Detroit last night and the under. The under was like 52 or 53.5. Detroit was plus 4.5, and you know how it is. It's the first game of the year. Kelsey wasn't playing. I was like, dude, I'm gonna take Detroit because even if they lose, I don't think they're gonna lose by more than a field goal. And look, they end up winning. Detroit has a lot of good, promising pieces on the offensive side. What do you think, Jim? I mean, what impressed you the most last night about Detroit? First and foremost,
Gibbs actually impressed me a lot.
Yeah.
He's like a fucking truck stick. I mean, he just gets the ball and he just runs right into you. Doesn't give a shit. He'll fucking run through everybody to get yards. It don't matter to him, and that's the type of running back you want.
No, absolutely.
That's really what you want. I think Goff actually showed some promise too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love Gibbs.
You might look at another guy that might get paid.
Yeah. No, he's a free agent this year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's his last years, I think. And let me tell you something. With David Montgomery getting all the snaps, right? And that's only for now. Gibbs had an insane 6 yards. He averaged 6 yards per carry last night. All right, 7 fucking carries, 42 yards. That's sick. All right, and then the freaking guy had 2 receptions, and he broke some tackles there, man. I mean, the kid has like blast off speed, man. That's a really good draft pick. That's a really good draft pick. I was impressed with Sam Laporta too, tight end.
Yeah, he was pretty. He had some nice catches, especially that one for the first down where he like hurdled over whoever.
Another rookie.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Detroit. I've been saying it. They got the right coach because these guys are willing to run through a wall for him. And Dan Campbell is a player's coach, and he's going to stick by his guys. And they had one of the best drafts, in my opinion, this year. I mean, they got the guys they needed that are going to play Detroit Lion football. Mm-hmm. And, me and Garrett talked about it the other day, where really, if the Lions can continue to play like this and win, you may look at a 3-way race for first place in the NFC North.
I like Danny, and because remember, I know Dan from when he was when he became the intern head coach here in Miami. He was a tight ends coach when Philbin, shit the bed here in Miami when everybody thought they were actually going to be good, and he just came in and did a little, and I like him because he's definitely a motivator. He's a freaking meathead, the epitome of a fucking meathead, dude. That guy is absolutely there's, shit. That dude. I mean, beer bonged his way to fucking college, right? And then probably like ran naked and shit like that. He went. I mean, he was like the guy from what is it? I forget what's the name of that movie with Will Ferrell.
From Old School. We're going streaking.
That was him. All right, that's the kind of guy he is. And I think he's a guy that gets the best out of his players. But honestly, man, I don't think he's the guy that's going to take Detroit to a Super Bowl.
Not to a Super Bowl, but he'll get them to the playoffs.
Yeah. No, he will. I think this year they will. Yeah.
I mean, I think the only way he gets them to a Super Bowl is like the most oddest shit has to happen. Like shit you've never seen before, where there's just like a rash of injuries everywhere, where they just steamroll through everybody is like the only way they'd be able to do it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But any given Sunday, you never know.
Yep. The only bright spot, apart from Patrick Mahomes doing pretty much everything, he didn't have a lot to work with. I mean, you saw those wide receivers. There was a lot of drop passes. And I'm going to leave Kadarius Toney for last. But, everybody, everybody was dropping passes. I mean, Noah Gray came in, had 3 receptions, replacing Kelsey. Richie James dropped the pass. Ross dropped the pass. Everybody was dropping passes. Pacheco did the best he could. He did not have a great average for 8 carries, 23 yards. They did not run the ball well. And they tried to spread it around. Bright spot for them was rookie Rashid Rice. 3 receptions, had a touchdown.
Yes.
But they just could not get anything going. And you know what? It's the first game of the season. Kansas City did this last year. I think they lost the first game also as well. I'm not sure. Can't go back. But Patrick wasn't happy, bro. I mean, he was getting hit. He was getting touched. All right, last night. That front four for Detroit it's pretty solid with Hutchinson leading the way. But going to the best trade I think the Giants has ever done is, trading Kadarius Toney and all that shit Kadarius Toney spoke in the offseason. Oh, yeah, I'm going to show the Giants, hey, I'm the man, watch out. Everybody loved him. Oh, he's learning the playbook so quick and blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, this guy barely played with us. Yes, all the talent in the world. And, and from UF, I think that's where he came from. And you're like,
here's a Yuletide wish come true.
All the talent in the world,
Disney World's holidays.
From UF. And he just can't stay on the field. And last night he had a bunch of targets, man. All right. And he could not call it. He had negative 1 yard. All right. It was in one carry. And then he had he had 6 or 7. He had 3 drops. The man had 3 freaking drops yesterday, bro. He had 5 targets, had 1 drop for 1, and had 1 reception for 1 yard. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Look, the Sky Moore not even holding a target. He had 3 targets and 0 receptions. It was just anything that could go wrong for the Kansas City Chiefs went wrong last night. And it was still a close game, though. That's the sad part.
Yeah, well, it's like I tell everybody, listen, the first week, it's now the sped up version, right, of the preseason. So not every game's going to be pretty. And I said it the other day, if Detroit wins, it's not going to be pretty. But they're going to do it. They're going to get it done.
It's gas.
However they got to do it. And that's what they did. It wasn't the prettiest game. I mean, Tony obviously butterfingers to the fact that he couldn't even handle the criticism on social media. He goes and deletes his Twitter account.
Deleted Twitter.
Listen, don't do this and then not back it up when you should be doing this. Shut that fucking trap and just go out there and do what you're supposed to do. That's it.
Yeah, man. He deleted Twitter.
That's what you should be doing.
And made his Instagram private. I mean,
okay.
I don't know how well this kid. Listen, his biggest knock is that he was not all upstairs when he came to he had issues off the field when he was in Florida State. I mean, in UF.
Yeah.
Was in Florida, and he had the same problems when he got to New York, and of course the health issue. So hey, good riddance. We got a 3rd pick for him. We traded for Waller, which is questionable now. To start the season today, he got the questionable freaking tag, which is the downside of it. But I don't care, man. We're probably gonna have if Waller plays 10 games, he's gonna have a better year by the 4th game than in 4 games, and Kadarius Toney's gonna have this whole season. You know what I mean? So
exactly. Well, I need Waller to be healthy. I got him in fucking fantasy, so he better be playing. Otherwise, I gotta find a tight end, and there ain't many good ones out there.
No, he's questionable. You got to bring him up. Now, actually, man. So there was I got some special footage of Patrick Mahomes and Kadarius Toney here after the game. I don't think he was very happy with him. So let me share this real quick. Let me see. Let me see if I got it here. I got too many windows open here. All right, let me see here. We got Kadarius Toney. Actually, I kind of shit the bed on this one. Jeez. All right, here we go. Let's see. There we go. Let me show you. It's on my Twitter feed. Here's Kadarius Toney. Here's Patrick Mahomes. Those passes were so on the money, man. Oh, I'm sorry. That it didn't show on the screen. My bad. Hey, man, my bad. It didn't show on the screen. Now it is. You see it now. My bad. It's sorry, folks. When you got to do everything at once here. Let me go back to this. Ready? Let me go. There you go. Let me go back to this. Yes, Kadarius Toney and Patrick Mahomes after the game.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Of course, it's with Stephen A. Smith.
What the hell is going on?
I made that shit, dude. I went ahead and I zoomed in. I mean, it was like, hey, shout out to the fucking corner though, man. Look how alert he was. Look how alert he was, man. This guy, as soon as it hit his hands, this guy reach out for him. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that. Bam.
How do you
Go.
do that? How do you do that?
Look at this. Why through
And
the
that's
hand?
another rookie.
What
That's
the hell is going on?
that Brian Branch from Alabama. Another great draft pick. Where they get him in they got him, I think, in the second round or something. Third round.
So they did a good job in adding to the areas where, remember, they struggled last year covering people, dude. They struggled last year covering people left and right, man. And that's a good addition because their secondary, they were getting smoked. Remember, that was the problem. They had so many games, they had comebacks, they would lead, and then, it was all their games were like 35-32. You know what I mean? It was insane last year. I mean, the offense was a problem. It was, and then today that looks good. 20 points. I get it. Chris Jones wasn't playing, which is a big factor. They're still dealing with his negotiations. I think they're going to end up locking him up after yesterday. And Kelsey, of course, who is the wide receiver one. It's Kelsey. And last night you saw the Mario Brothers Plumber squad as the rest of the wide receivers right there. So, absolutely, you saw that. And look, it's gonna be a on fat from, and like I was telling people yesterday, from a fantasy standpoint, the Kansas City Chiefs running back by committee and wide receiver by committee after Kelsey is a must stay away from, because you're not going to have any consistency. It's going to be whoever steps up to Kelsey. So,
and who knows how long Kelsey's going to be out there? I'm hearing he might be ready by week 2, but
yeah, I hope so too.
I
hope so too. He's I think he's definitely going to have some issues. He's going to be week 2. He's going to be back in week 2. I mean, I think they were more cautious than anything else, right? So
yeah,
they're more cautious than anything.
Well, that's what you have to be with your top. That's what you have to be with your top guys. Because what was it? They had him in the pool in the morning, and they said he had no strength in it at all. Like he couldn't do anything. So it's like, what? At that point, I don't care if he's arguing with you till you're blue in the face. Put me in. You're not risking that, because what would have happened? He catches one, jukes the wrong way. Now you just tore everything in your knee. Now you're gone for a good year and a half. And now you're utterly fucked.
Now, what they saw last night, they'll see over and over again for the rest of the season, and that's really messed up.
Yeah,
that'll be really messed up, man. How's your smoke going, man? Look at it. I think I got a nice little ash going. Look at that. God, I got my camera here.
I've been ashing it here and there. So
yeah, no, I look, it's gonna fall on me in a little bit. So you know what I mean? It's gonna fall on me, and you got a big boy, man. I got the little pussy one. You know what I'm saying? I got the smaller ones. Like,
yep.
Oh man, listen, Jim. Before we move on, let's tell the audience about our sponsors in BetUS where the game begins. There's a link in my bio. 125% sign-in bonus. Go ahead. It's football season. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Jim on Twitter as well. But as you know, I like to put free picks out there from all the time. Hey man, I mean, look, last night I hit. I'm a good 40%, 50% kind of guy when it comes to baseball. So right now we're going to see how good I am in football. But so far it's a good year to start. So here's a word from our sponsors at BetUS, and then we'll be back with the NFL Week 1.
I've been to 56 straight home games.
I've tailgated 61 times.
I've been to 31 practices. I've collected 17 autographs.
I've had 27 beers spilt on me. Make that 28.
I've got one sports book.
I've got one sports book. I've got one sports book.
BetUS.com.
Sign up at BetUS and get a massive 125% bonus.
Yeah, baby. So NFL, I am like, so look, so I made a deal with my wife that I this, at least for the first couple of weeks, instead of going to mass on Sundays, we're gonna go on Saturday, right? Because at 8:00 in the morning, I jump on a sit and start show. It's called Wake and Rake with Patriot Sports Radio. These guys are really, really good, man. They got a large following and they know their shit. So it's mainly fantasy football, betting, and all the other bullshit in the world. He's very, one day we're going to have him on because he's very similar to you and I. These guys are no bullshit, blunt, and people hate them because they speak the truth. And, they're a really cool bunch of guys from Wisconsin, right? And so I get and do that for about an hour and a half. Like week 1, I'm going to do the whole show. They usually stay on for like 2. I usually do it, but it's like I told her, look, I need, it's a start of the season, man. And after I'm done with that, I gotta get down. I gotta get ready, man. I gotta do some sausages, some peppers, and stuff like that. I hate ESPN for this right here because they freaking do this damn audio shit. I told her, hey, we need to go ahead and start. I need the whole day. So she hates football season. She really does. She can't stand it. She really can't stand football season. I don't blame her. But it's been kind of like the package deal now for like the last, we've been married now for 13 years. So, and I gave it a break when my kids were little, because when they were newborns and stuff like that, you got to catch a game here and there and a snooze here and there. So so now they're older, self-sustainable. They could entertain themselves pretty much. She'll entertain them. And I just stay in front of watching Red Zone all day long for 7-8 hours. So, yeah, it is. It's just the most, like you said, the most wonderful time of the year when it comes to it is. So let's move on to the NFL. Jim, let's give our rapid predictions, man. Dolphins and Chargers. I am looking forward to watch this offensive freaking slaughterhouse here, man. What do you think?
I'm going with the Dolphins.
Okay. South Florida shut out.
A healthy Tua, Tariq and Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
Decent defense. As long as Tua doesn't get another concussion, Miami should have this one in the bag. So I don't have faith in Keenan Allen staying healthy because he never does.
He never does.
Mike Williams is never plays a full season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this rookie wide receiver is going to be. They have Eckler, but is Herbert going to be consistent the whole game? I mean, obviously he can't hold one of the biggest leads in playoff history. So how's he going to hold the lead against Miami is beyond me. But from a rapid standpoint, I gotta go with Miami on it.
I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Right now, the over is 51 points. I think that's going to be very, very. I think it's going to be achievable. Miami's hurting with Ramsey. With Ramsey being out, which was a big hit for them. They were banking on Ramsey to help them with, again, just like the Lions. That was their problem last year. They couldn't defend the backfield, right? And Ramsey's a big hit. I think it's 4 or 5 weeks. I'm not sure. Oof. But you're right. It ends and starts with freaking Tua being healthy, because that team, Waddle, Hill, everything else, that offense is tailor-made for Tua's skill set, which, remember, he doesn't have a strong arm, but he's accurate as hell. And you saw last year when these guys, he could hit these guys on the run, man, like butter, right? Yeah. And it was all, it pick your poison, because Waddle and Hill are the same wide receiver.
That they are.
Yards after the catch, effing mayhem. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
And I'm going on the order based on the ESPN. I'm sharing my screen here, and I was gonna leave this one for last, but fuck it. It's the next game up here. There's my Giants against the Dallas Cow bitches. All right. I am gonna be optimistic. The first game of the year. Fuck it. I don't care. Hate me if you want me. Dallas Nation. All right. But it's a very, very tight line. 3.5. The Giants are underdogs, which I'm probably gonna take the Giants plus 3.5. And look, Waller needs to play. Yeah. All right. Waller needs to play in order for the Giants to be successful. He's the main focal point of that passing offense. We know what's going to happen. They're going to do the same thing with Saquon, right? Get out there, shoot it, run it down the middle, hit him up with speeds, some play action, and I think, we have, again, we've upgraded our wide receivers. We're still very, very, we don't have a big name, but I like the rookie from Tennessee. Paris Campbell is a nice addition. I think it's going to help Shepard and Slayton. So I'm really looking forward to see how much more Danny Dimes going to throw the football, because he is the guy that they paid the money for. And look, they paid him. Danny got the bag. Saquon got the tag. So it's everybody knows what's going to happen with the Giants. They know what they did last year, and they're going to expect something. They're going to force them to do the opposite, which is let Danny make mistakes. So if Danny is able to get some throws downfield, I think he has a better staff to do that this year than he did last year. So taking my Giants, man. I know, Dallas Nation right now. It's like, fuck you, we're gonna win, and they're coming down. They're coming down to New York, so
yeah. I mean, Dallas has got their own injury problems too. So, I mean, which kind of helps you guys out a bit. Yep. And I can't pick Dallas for anything. I can't because Dak will let you down at some point. So, I listen. I'm in New York. I got to go with the Giants.
There you go, man. I'm glad. Whack Prescott is
because otherwise, then I'll get a call.
Go ahead.
I'll get a call from my dad. Like, how the hell do you not pick the fucking Giants, asshole? So I don't want that phone call.
Oh yeah, hey, me neither, man. If my pops was still alive, it'd say the same shit. You know what I mean? So I'm glad your old man's got to keep you honest, bro. See, that's the difference between guys in our age, and I'm a little older than you, but we're kind of like very similar from same generation. But our pops were probably, how old is your pops? You remind me asking.
Oh, God, let's see. I can't even do it. He's got to be like 65, 66 now.
Okay. My old man was a little older than your pops.
No, he's 66 because 66 because there's a 25-year age gap.
Okay. So, yeah.
So, 66.
No nonsense kind of shit, man. You know what I mean? Those are the guys that raised us. So, that's look, I'm gonna be optimistic the first year. Every year we struggle against Dallas in the first game and stuff like that. But I think this year, look, I don't think Dallas improved themselves. Everybody's saying, well, we got this on defense. We drafted this. You got a good defensive play. Get the fuck that shit. Get out of here. Look, get into anything else. Look, Amari Cooper not being there showed his freaking head last year for Dak. Yeah. We know CD is nasty, bro. I would give my firstborn to have CD in my team, CD Lamb in my team. But however, Brandon Cooks is a nice addition, but he's no Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they get Deuce Vaughn, who balled out in preseason. And the thing that people are saying is like, well, it's only preseason. But if you could play like that in preseason, you can acclimate that to a sped up regular season. So I don't think Deuce Vaughn is going to have any issues. But that's about the only, out of all the draft picks, that's the only upside I see of any of them really fucking producing. So, but Dak Prescott will throw at least 2 interceptions.
Yeah, Deuce.
And that'll be on his path to throwing over 10 again.
I hope Deuce is not loose and he just drops a big deuce from Dak. It's what I'm hoping for. Freaking Darren Sproles 2.0 or something like that. Hey, that guy's small, man. He looks like my 6-year-old son running out there. Quick though. Quick little bastard.
Yeah.
He's a quick little guy.
Yeah.
Man.
And that's the thing. And that's kind of what like a Gibbs. You want a running back like Gibbs, but you also want him kind of like a Deuce Vaughn height too, because he could be elusive. He could fucking sneak past you. So it's like, where'd this old bastard go? Next thing you know, he's in the fucking end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Giants, we got Giants on this one. All right, Panthers and Falcons, the shit show of this division right here, man. This is gonna be winner of this division is gonna win 8 games this year. That's the book it right now. Book it right now, bro. But the Bucks or Falcons are actually favorite, right? Not because they have a great quarterback, but the surrounding talent in the quarterback. Bijan, Tyler Algier, Patterson. You got Drake London, who's nice, right? Kyle Pitts hopefully comes back and has a better season. I mean, they have some good talent, man, offensively.
Yeah.
I don't think Ritter is the answer because he looked like crap last year in the sample size. I mean, Mariota would have done a lot better with this team. If he was still around, actually, he kept them in contention for a while. But man, that's not saying much, man. Mariota, Ritter. I mean, you're not really like, mortgaging your house in any of these two guys.
No, definitely not.
Look, I'm gonna say I got the Falcons because I think Bryce Young's gonna struggle. These young quarterbacks, short quarterbacks, struggle a lot in the first couple of games until they get used to the speed of the game. What do you think?
Atlanta's got the higher upside. I mean, again, Bryce is going to struggle. Don't get me. It's going to take him at least 3-4 games to acclimate. You really don't have a lot of weapons that he can utilize. I mean, you brought in Adam Thielen. That's great, but he's at the point. The sun, at that, he's always hurt now. And the sun's setting on his career at this point. Like, this is pretty much, to me, this is his last shot to prove anything, and unfortunately, it's going to be in Carolina.
Yeah, Mingo, I think is Jonathan Mingo or something. The rookie wide receiver they drafted. I think that guy's going to end up probably becoming the wide receiver one in that team because when it's all said and done. I think you know how the rookie quarterbacks kind of align themselves with the younger players because it's not that whole dominance thing. They feel more comfortable with guys that just came out of college, just like they are. But yeah, I honestly, it's going to take Carolina. Everybody's really high on Carolina in the sense of like development wise, but it's not going to happen game one. They're
going to have a hard season, Carolina. Listen, they're not going to have. They're not going to be in contention for the playoffs. And for any Panthers fan that watches or is going to listen or whatever, listen, just accept the truth. It's a rebuild, and it's not going to be an easy one. But at some point, Carolina will be a force to be reckoned with if they draft right, get right free agents. They could be a team that dominates that NFC South. But until then, it's really going to be up to either Atlanta or the Saints to win it, because I don't have any confidence in Baker Mayfield taking Tampa anywhere other than maybe to fucking Outback for a blooming onion. That's about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's a reason why Baker's not in Cleveland anymore, and there's going to be a reason why he fails in Tampa too.
And there's a reason why he's not in Carolina either. You know what I mean? So it's
and there's also a reason why he's not with the Rams either.
Absolutely. I mean, they drafted Bennett, and they got rid of Baker. So that tells you a lot. And he actually pulled some good games out of his ass with the Rams, right? So,
he did.
Look, Baker is what it is. He's going to be a backup quarterback and a pretty darn good backup to have to help you out. That's who he is. All right? Mariota.
All Baker is going to be is just an upgraded version of Johnny Manziel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fucking
the drugs and the booze.
And what do they both have in common? They were both quarterbacks of Cleveland.
That's right. That city.
Never miss a chance to shit on them.
No, man, it's and I'm not even in the same division, but it's just that, stupid is, stupid does. So it's kind of like just the way that it's going to be for Cleveland until they do something right. And talking about Cleveland, man, stupid is, stupid does. Bengals and Browns, baby, let's go. I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Oh boy. Well, Burrow, I think, is playing now. I think he's going to be. Yep. Oh. Don't bet Cleveland. Don't do none of that. Watson's going to be asking to leave the game early because he's going to get hit so hard. I think Cleveland's going to get fucking blown out here.
You think so?
I think Cleveland's going to get blown out because even though Burrow's been hurt for all of training camp, he did what Watson didn't do when Watson was suspended, was that he still managed to practice and mimic football motions. That's what Watson didn't do. So when Watson came off his suspension, that's why he looked like utter garbage, just like that stupid elf on the 50-yard line that they got. Burrow is just one of those guys that he's got that it factor. I hate to say because he's in the same division, but he's got that it factor where it's like, all right, I've been out, but I know the playbook. I got a comfortability with my wide receivers, my tight ends, mixing it running back. And Cleveland still got that, we got to figure it out. Like they could just never put it together. No matter how many weapons you bring in, they can never put it together. They're like the Tennessee Titans. You can just never put it together. All the talent in the world, and you can't manage to do anything with it. So Cincinnati, take the over. Burrow's going to fucking go crazy. Jamar Chase will probably have close to 150 yards receiving. Higgins will probably have 80, 90. Boyd will be in there for like 50 to 60. Mixon will probably run for a good 80 to 90. And Watson's gonna be spotted at the end of the game at fucking Zhao King's fucking massage parlor at the end of the game. So
so let me see. They're playing. They're away, so they're playing in Cleveland. So at this point, Deshaun Watson has all his rub and tugs already mapped out for before and after the game, right? So that's the one fact we'll know. The man's like, and I'm going to steal this from you. He's going to be, what is it? massaged and ready, or ready, well massaged before the game start, right? I mean, that's one thing that we could absolutely take to the bank. My man's gonna be loose, massaged. I mean, this guy should get a sponsorship deal with Jurgen Screams or some shit like that, right? Or something that has to do. I mean, I don't know. His agents are really effing him up, man, by not getting him these sponsors, man. I mean, come on, they got to capitalize on this.
Yeah, I mean, he could fucking be the billboard for like Brazzers.com, whatever the hell it is. He could be on fucking. He could promote fucking Pornhub or X Hamster.
Yeah, man. I mean, he could come up with his own line of underwear as Happy Ending Deshaun or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's like.
He can come out with any product he wants. Like, he could come out with a fucking tissue called the Jerkin Clean.
Hey, there we go. Oh man, going back to the players. I think adding to your point, I think Mixon, now that P. Ryan is not there, I think he's going to see a lot of actions on receiver as well. Because people forget, dude, Mixon can catch the effing football. He's one of those all-purpose backs, right? That could do this, right? I mean, he's going towards the end of the lifeline of a running back, but he's been pretty consistent. From the Bengals side, I think they're Nick Chubb, it's going to be that workhorse. The only one positive thing they did add this season, and we got to give credit, dude. I think Elijah Moore is a wild card. He has such great rookie season with the Jets. And last year he was non-existent because just the offense. It was just, I don't know what the hell, Robert Saleh. That's where Robert Saleh fails, man, when it comes to offensive. He's a great defensive guy. But you got to use that. That kid got skills, and they did not use them correctly. And I'm glad he's actually out of the New York Jets. That's going to be a wild card. That should be their number 2 receiver after Amari Cooper. Because Amari Cooper last year still broke 1,000 yards, man, considering with that carousel of Jacoby Brissett and then Deshaun Watson coming in after that. I mean, that's the right spot, but I think it's the line is very, very simple. And you know what? I like that. I think I'm going to go the over, which is only 47.5, and -2 for the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's one of them you could definitely parlay and pick. Bengals spread and take the over on that, because I think it's going to be over 47 points. I don't think it's going to be a defensive freaking battle here. So
no.
And now let's jump on to Garrett's favorite team here, man. I know I called you Garrett earlier, bro. The guy got to think I'm in love with him or some shit like that. It's Jags and the Colts. I mean, this is kind of like a no-brainer here. Jags all the way, right?
Jacksonville. Yeah. Well, it's funny because when you see these predictions that are put out, one of them I've seen where somebody actually takes the Colts, and why you're doing that is because you're banking on Richardson to take advantage of Pittman and Pierce. You don't have Jonathan Taylor, so that's really all you got. This kid's going to be scrambling all. I mean, granted, Jacksonville historically, and I'll steal this from Garrett. They're not that great against scrambling quarterbacks, but something tells me that this game they will, and it's not just because I drafted them as my defense in fantasy, because somebody actually had to take a defense in like the 5th round.
Yeah.
And they took I wanted the Steelers. I'm like, all right, I'll get them in like the 12th round. Because you figure that's when you'll start drafting defenses, right?
Yeah, nope. I picked the Jags as my defense too. I always leave defense and kickers for last. That's my strategy, my last 2 picks. But I picked them because I think that defense is going to have a field day with the Colts.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely will, and the offense will too.
Yeah, no.
You expect a big game from Ridley. A big game from Ridley is coming, and it's one where he's going to prove to the world that he's that guy for Jacksonville. He's going to prove it.
Yeah,
and with Trevor Lawrence throwing to him, sky's the limit.
Yeah, they have so many weapons, man. They got so many freaking weapons. It's not even funny. Wide receiver and then like you said, I know ATN is big. It's a good running back, big play dependent. But that like we mentioned a few weeks ago, Bixley is going to be is going to feast in the goal line. And I think Trevor Lawrence, I don't think he's going to regress this year. Second year in that offense, he's going to feast. Rookie quarterback with Richardson, like Bryce Young, is going to struggle. It's more than Bryce Young because he doesn't have as many snaps as Bryce Young throughout his career. He's not accurate. He does have all the physical tools. I'm just hoping he doesn't be a Trey Lance 2.0, right? When he fails completely. I don't think so. It's because if you think about it, right? Big guys, athletic, big arm, right? That kind of, and that was Josh Allen, but Josh Allen landed in a much better situation, right? From a coaching standpoint, Brian Dable was the offensive coordinator, the head coach. You got, good upcoming defense. So they added, Diggs, and it's gonna be a nice. I think it's gonna be a clear cut. Look, they have this game in Jacksonville -5 in the spread, and the over and under. I see it low, man. 46. I think they should probably go over 46 points combined. I don't know why that's that low. It's usually like that.
They should.
They should.
They should, but you never know.
Their running back condition right now, position right now, it's bad. They got Deion Jackson, some guy named Hole. I mean, I don't know what the hell. I don't even know who's going to be getting the ball to run it over here, and that's going to be the biggest thing. With a rookie quarterback, Jonathan Taylor gives him that kind of safety because you play off of that stud running back, but he's not there. So that's the only shot they had of being competitive in this game. So, Bucks and Vikings, what do you think? Can you hear me there, Jim? We can't hear you right now. Jim, check your audio. I think you're muted. Let me see here. Can you hear me? Come back in and out. Yeah, for some reason we lost audio with you here. Go ahead and come back in and out. Come back in and then go back out. Here, let me go ahead and come back in and out. So anyway, while Jim gets back, he had a little problem with the audio here. So he'll be shortly. But let me go back here to that Bucks and Vikings. Vikings should be able to run away with this. They're just gonna throw the hell out of the ball. Love Jordan Addison as a draft pick here. I think they're gonna feast with Jefferson. There you go. You back?
All right, you got me?
I got you. Yeah. It's probably my Wi-Fi, man. Like I was saying, I think Jordan Addison is gonna feast. He's not gonna feast right away, but he's such a great upgrade from Thielen, right? Hawkinson. This team is just gonna throw the hell out of the football all season long, man. And the Bucks will not be able to. They're nowhere near the good defensive front line that they were when Brady played. Nowhere near the secondary. It's going to be an offensive onslaught from the Vikings here, and then Baker's going to Baker.
Oh yeah, he's going to Baker, all right. Right to the bench. Yeah, they're going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets pulled at halftime for Trask.
Really? That early, huh?
Well, as far as in the game, at least.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that early in the season.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the game, if he's playing utterly like trash, then you might as well just put in the backup at that point and just, hey, Baker didn't have it this time. Maybe he has it the next one. Who the fuck knows?
I think they're going to run the football a lot with Rashad White. So he really came on strong last year, and that's what you would do with the kind of quarterback that Baker is. You would start running the hell out of the ball and then create some play action. The one thing you got to give Baker though, he is accurate, doesn't have a strong arm.
Yeah.
He's not going to take any risk, even though Mike Evans should play, and then Godwin, they got the weapons. But I think the Vikings should run away with this. They should go up big early on, and not maybe double digits, and then just playing from behind. Baker doesn't play well from behind as a quarterback either. Anyway, he has very few victories that he even with his best year in the Cleveland. So. Man, I should have checked my lighters before we start on the show. There, it's like, let me. I ran out of fuel here. Still, like, really a lot left. So, but talking about Baker, man, what he's gonna be the starter because he's a veteran, right? Right now, he's considered a veteran.
Yeah.
He is a guy that's not stupid. He'll be ready. He's prepared. You definitely, between him and Trask, you got to start Baker. But it's definitely a short Band-Aid situation, right? How many games you give him?
Yeah.
In addition to the first one, before they bench him.
I would say by the fifth game. If Tampa's not at least 500 by the fifth game, then you got to try. Then you got to trot Kyle Trask out there and see what you got with him.
Yep, absolutely. I'm with you 100%. Let's see who we got next.
I mean, not like it's going to be a friggin'. It's not like anyone's going to run away with that division, but you still want to be in fucking contention.
That's the crazy part. I think they will be in contention because it's such a bad division.
Yeah.
You know, and talking about bad, I mean, honestly, here's a team that could run away with that division. Not run away, I'm sorry, but also contend. You got the Titans and the Saints. This is kind of like a really, really odd game here. It's kind of ugly to me, man. Because even with the addition of D-Hop, you still got Ryan Tannehill as your quarterback, who he's already given you everything he's going to have for his career.
Yeah. I honestly think Tennessee should have just fucking released him after last season, and it just made Willis the starter, and just say, fuck it. You know what? We're just going to go into a full rebuild. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going to get the best we can get out of Henry. We're going to ride him as long as we can. Not like they haven't been doing that already.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but Tennessee's not winning this game either.
No.
I mean, you have Derek Carr at quarterback, so you did improve as much as I've shit on Derek Carr. You have improved in that because, I mean, Jameis Winston isn't bad, but he had a 30 for 30 before ESPN even decides to do a 30 for 30 on him. So you got Olave there. I mean, you don't have Kamara, but you got Taysom Hill, which you can put him anywhere, and he's just going to do what he does best. If Michael Thomas plays, there's another weapon. Mm-hmm. You got Cam Jordan on defense. The secondary isn't that bad. So Tennessee is just, I don't know, it's just a shit show there. I think, honestly, at the end of I wouldn't be surprised if Tannehill gets benched by game 3 or 4.
You think Mayonnaise Boy is going to get the start because Willis looked so horrible last year? No?
Well, no, because Willis looked better in preseason this year than Will Levis. I wouldn't let Mayo Boy fucking start in a fucking Hellman's commercial, let alone on a football field.
He has a sponsorship. He has a commercial now with Hellman's, I think.
Well, then he's got enough mayo to slap in the foundation cracks of that stadium in Tennessee. Then,
hey man, he could he could take a page from Deshaun Watson, and instead of using Jurgen screams, he could mayo himself up, nice and ready, man, oiled up, ready for the first. Man. That's how important these games are. That we're like going back to Deshaun Watson and his freaking massage. I do like to look. Actually, believe it or not, even though Kamara's not out there, they got Williams, right? What is his name? The Detroit, Jamal Williams, right? Jamal Williams. Yeah. And I think he showed last year that this dude, if you're in the red zone, he's going to score. So that's a positive. I think overall, Olave, Mike Williams, you know what he's done in the past. Let's see what he does this year. I think Carr is better than Tannehill. Right, I think if you swap quarterbacks, right, the Titans swap quarterbacks with Tannehill, the Titans win this game.
Oh, without a doubt. If you had that in the hypothetical world, and if Carr was the Tennessee Titans quarterback, I'm not picking the Saints to win this game. I'm going Tennessee.
Yep, absolutely. Because with Derrick Henry alone, Derrick Henry.
Because you have Tannehill, yeah, and that's all you really. I mean, Treylon Burks hasn't really. To me, hasn't proven much. Hopkins is another guy. He's at the tail end of his career, and so's Tannehill. At this point, I don't know. It's gonna be a rough year for those Titans fans. So
Hopkins can be, hopefully not, but Julio Jones vibes, right? After Atlanta. Where he was not nowhere near the caliber player that he was. So I'm with you.
I mean, you'll get production out of Hopkins, but you're not going to get what you would used to get from him. So, I'm not going to totally shit on Hopkins, but he's not going to be the same Hopkins he was in Houston or even when he came to Arizona for a little bit. So
New Orleans is favorite, so I would take New Orleans on this game as well. Definitely take New Orleans on this one as well. So.
Yeah,
not much to say. And hey, man, this is all you, because you guys fucking how can you start the year? I mean, talk about fuck it, man. That just test the Steelers' defense right off the bat, right, or their offense right off the bat with one of the best defenses and one of the best teams that, on paper, right now, man, is the 49ers built to win right now, right? I mean, what do you see?
Yeah, they are.
tough first game. And I think it's a tough first game for the 49ers as well. This is not a cakewalk, man. You guys got a great defense. Everybody's healthy. Pickens looks great, and the Pickett to Pickens connection looked great in preseason. Deontay Johnson, Najee, Jason. I mean, you guys have a lot of pieces, man. I mean, you look good on paper. I mean, Peter King got you guys going to the playoffs over the fucking Giants. So,
Well, thanks to Peter King for that one. I'm going into this game the same way that everybody counted us out against Buffalo in week 1. And we went to Buffalo and we beat them. Now you got the 49ers coming here.
Yep, they're coming over to your place.
And listen, it's not going to be a cakewalk.
No.
It's going to be a physical matchup. But at the end of the day, the homer in me is I'm picking the Steelers to win.
Week 1, you got to go with your team, right? I don't care, even if they're the underdog. I think it's going to be a game that is going to be a grinder because, they're going to run the ball a lot. Both teams, think about it, right? Najee and your backup and Jalen Warren, it's very similar to McCarthy and Elijah Mitchell. You're going to split. They're going to split a lot of carries, right? They're going to be used in different ways. It's going to be a battle of whichever quarterback or whichever team has the least amount of turnovers is going to end up winning the game. That's what I think. You got two bulls like clashing with each other. They're very similar on paper from both sides of the ball, defense and offense. I don't know if I'm wrong by saying that, but they're very similar built teams.
Yeah, and the other thing is the Steelers historically are a slow starting team in the first half.
Yes.
And you cannot do that against a team. Listen, you can't do that against a team like the Niners. You can't not produce in the first quarter and the second quarter, and then in halftime, it's like, all right, now we got to flip the switch and start scoring. You don't want to go into halftime down by like 3 touchdowns against the Niners. You just don't. You don't want that. And I think this year, granted, again, it's preseason, but we were scoring 5-minute drives. Obviously, against the Niners, you want to keep the defense out longer. You want to wear them down more. So they're going to have to ground and pound a little bit more than maybe they would like to. But we'll see what kind of offense that Canada decides to draw up for this game.
Yeah,
it better be a fucking good one.
Yeah, I know. And I know you're a big fan of Canada?
Fucking last year, I don't know any other offensive coordinator that called like 845 jet sweeps.
Yeah.
Then call the same offensive plays that the defenses are out there, and you can hear them on TV. They ran this 5 seconds ago. Just use the same defense. And then guess what? It's the same fucking play. So hopefully Canada learned from that.
Yeah, again, on paper, I think they're very similar built. So, we got some really good games, man, to open up the season, right? I mean, wow, man. Dallas, the Giants, you guys, and the 49ers, there's a lot of really good games. I mean, just like, it's not even like, they whoever built the schedules did a pretty darn good job. But, look, listen.
Well, it's about time they got creative with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you look at these lines, it's only a 2, the San Francisco is favored by 2.5, 41 points combined. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be one of those, 21-17 kind of wins. Right? Maybe I'm undershooting it a little too much. Because look, as good as
I go that road.
Yeah, as good as Purdy looked last year, right? We don't know what he has. Tommy John surgery. It's not like he's going to throw the fucking fastball there 90 more, 5 more miles like a pitcher. Because he's not that. No. He's not that guy. He's just, he's just a really good game manager, and that's what Shanahan loves, right? So, You guys have a way larger. Every team has a way larger sample size from Purdy last year, going 7-0, to prepare for him. And it's again, he's not Burrow, he's not Herbert, he's not Tua, he's not Lamar Jackson, he's not Jalen Hurts. That's not who he is. It's just going to be who is going to turn the ball the least amount of time. And I think it's going to be a coaching battle, man. You guys got a great coach in Tomlinson. He's a GOAT. Shanahan, I think he's one of the probably one of the greatest minds out there when it comes to creating plays and schemes as well. So that's one of my games for this week that I'm looking. Even though it's not going to be a high offensive game, it's going to be probably one of those chess games, kind of, one of those chess moves kind of game. I think it's where I see it right now for week 1.
And the other thing is too, it's which team has the least amount of penalties.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you have to factor that into it.
Yep, absolutely. That definitely
have to factor that into play.
Yep. And talk about shit
show. Again, we've seen that the NFL doesn't like to call. But then again, the NFL don't like to call certain penalties, like in last night's game where Taylor's offsides every fucking time. And even Mike Tirico, and as much as I can't stand Chris Collinsworth, made valid points the whole game. They're like, look, he's offsides again. No flag again. Shocker. Just like the NFL scriptwriters wrote it.
That was crazy last night, right? It took him that long.
Yeah. Yeah. What, like almost three and a half quarters to finally decide to throw a flag?
Yeah, that was wild. I have a friend of mine who big Lions fan, and he was just texting me all night long. Come on, bro. He's from Michigan. He's like, oh, dude, this is crazy. What the hell are they gonna call that? I mean, the guy's out there like, he's moving. You know what I mean? He's like, he's playing like, the hell is he doing? I mean, it was wild, man. He's playing like a tight end. So.
Yeah, because like J.J. Watt did like a video on Twitter, and he's like, listen, I don't fault the guy for doing it. If they're not gonna throw the fucking flag, keep doing it.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, if you're not getting caught, what the hell, man? It's like the New York, what is that? No, the post bail law they have in New York. If it's under $800, and release. That's kind of like it was last night.
Yeah. That fucking thing is a disaster.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke. And talking about a joke, right? Cardinals and Commanders. Oh my God, the Cardinals are such a freaking mess, dude. It's like a disgusting game to even talk about. I'm going with the Commanders.
This is such a fucking tank job. It's beyond you have to.
It's obvious.
You have to. Arizona is pretty much already throwing the white flag out. I mean, they're doing anything they can to not put Kyler Murray on the field. Now, whether he's not healthy yet or whatever it is, but the fact that you're going to – and I'm not knocking Josh Dobbs, but Josh Dobbs is a guy who's going to get you 3 wins max.
That's if he plays like the entire season.
That's what he's going to get you.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So think about this, right?
Yeah.
They had Josh Rosen, fucking shit show, bombed. They drafted Kyler Murray, gave him all the money, and guess what, dude? They might draft Caleb Williams depending on how they end up, and they're going to end up trading Kyler Murray. So that's what's going to happen if they go this route, and I think that's what it is. I mean, they named Kyler Murray one of the 7 captains. They got 7 captains in that freaking team, dude, all right? And the guy's not even playing. I mean, they decided on quarterbacks like, Wednesday? I think by like Monday, you didn't know.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago. I think by Friday, by tomorrow, they're gonna be like, oh, we might start whoever the other. I don't even know who's a backup, a rookie, right? Kane or some shit like that, because they got rid of Colt McCoy, who played last year, knows the offense, right? I mean,
that's
gonna be an ugly game.
Should have kept him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, staff wise, look,
who the fuck would want to captain that sinking ship?
Yeah. I mean, you should have seen the freaking sports bra he was wearing the other day. That was really, really good, man. He's really good at Madden, though.
Oh.
He loves to play Madden. He's really good at playing Madden. So, Kyler Murray, that is. So.
Yeah, well, it's the only game. Well, it's the only game he could stay healthy in.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this game, man. Betting purpose wise, I'm not even touching it.
Nope, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
that should be a pick 'em.
Yeah, exactly. And look, the Commanders have a better team. I think Jahan Dotson, Scary Terry, McLaurin, their running backs are you got like 1-2 running backs that make one pretty much. And their defense is better. They're gonna win. The Commanders are gonna win. I just don't. It's just a shaky line. I mean, -7 for the Washington. I was gonna say the Redskins. The Washington Commanders here. New ownership, right? Magic Johnson is in the building, right? So it's all about creating that new brand and bringing people back after having their owner who was one of the legends in the game, right? Freaking that guy worked. That guy's a freaking thief.
Yeah, Dan Snyder.
Snyder sold that team,
made
some money, paid $50 million for all the shit that he did, and he's out there laughing at the bank right now in the French Riviera watching this game, saying "F you people." At the end of the day, hey man, that's what rich people do. We keep making money.
I'd be doing. If I was Snyder, I'd be doing the same damn thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be on a yacht getting caviar licked off my balls by a hot blonde, just going.
He probably has like 3 hot blondes.
Teams choke.
Yeah, he has like 3 hot blondes in the fucking in his
Probably.
yacht in the French Riviera. Right now, he's living the dream. Talk about living the dreams, man.
Probably doing Quaaludes and Coke.
he's definitely doing Quaaludes and Coke. Of like, remember that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, the Wolf of Wall Street, right? How it starts with lines. I absolutely think that that's what he's going to be doing overall. And the Ravens and the Texans coming as the next game. They are the Ravens are going to walk away with this. It's not even a contest here. C.J. Stroud did not look great
without a doubt
this season. Yeah, they have a lot to build on. The Texans. I think the Texans will be competitive. I don't think the Texans are going to make any noise this year, but they'll have some good games. They got a good defensive player. They drafted good. It's going to take a while. I like C.J. Stroud better than Bryce Young. Unlike most people, they love Bryce Young more. Dameon Pierce is a good running back. Wide receiver wise, Menchie's back. Let's see what he has. Nico Collins, second year in that offense. But the Ravens are just on paper. They reloaded offensively. Mark Andrews, safety blanket for Lamar. I think that Zay Flowers is going to have a huge season. He will be the wide receiver one of that team by week 4. OBJ.
OBJ is, I think he's questionable now too.
Right. And Bateman might be questionable by
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got to look that up. But I think that Bateman is also going to be questionable after like week 2. But I think this is going to be a game for Lamar, and I think Zay Flowers is going to have a really good season. He will be the man after Andrews in the squad here. Yeah. But this is not even a contest.
I wouldn't be surprised if Zay Flowers winds up being in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I absolutely think he can, just because of that offense. Just because of that offense, I absolutely think they can. He could be right there with Jordan Addison.
And
sorry, go ahead.
And I took a gamble. Because I really don't like drafting other AFC North guys, but he was right there, and I had to take him. As soon as I took him, somebody goes, "I'll trade you Mike Evans." I'm like, I'm not doing that because you don't even know if Mike Evans is fucking playing. So why am I trading a guy I know is going to play for a guy that I don't know is going to play? He could come in and go to Bruce Arians and company in Tampa with this, this is what I want. Yeah, I made it friendly for you guys, but it's also to benefit me, blah, 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 whatever it is. If I don't know he's playing, I'm not making that trade. And I'm not trading him regardless. He's staying on Pickett to Pickens. That's the name of my team. And I had to make sure I got both of them too, because otherwise then the name makes no sense.
I got Pickens.
Pickett to Pickens, and don't. People were pissed when I took Pickens because everybody wanted him. This is the first year I was in Darian Hopkins' league, right?
Mm-hmm.
How lucky do you possibly? How lucky could it be that first year you get the number 1 pick?
Yeah.
Only this fucking guy.
That's true.
If only I can get that in fucking Lotto would be nice.
Yeah, you can't get that lucky, right? But talking about Mike
Evans, if I could, I'd be on a yacht.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be probably calling you. Yo, if you got all the money, send me a plane ticket. We'll hang out. Talking about Mike Evans, right? The Giants restructured. This is my conspiracy. This is me going out the box here. The Giants restructured Danny Dimes' contract, clearing up like about $6.5 million worth of cap space. I'm hoping that it's a tail that they're gonna hopefully trade for Mike Evans. I mean, I'm wishful thinking, because
that would be a huge upgrade.
And I think it'll be a huge upgrade. Whoever makes that trade, because he said it. He said, "Look, if by the 9th, which is tomorrow, we don't have a deal, I'm gonna play. However, I am not signing with the Bucs next season. I'm going to take my talents to free agency." And that usually is a sign that the Bucs will be like, "We ain't going to have this guy next year. Let's get at least a 3rd or 4th round pick for this man and get rid of him and not be empty handed." So that's what I see with Evans. I don't think Evans may finish the season with the Bucs.
No. And honestly, if I'm Evans, I mean, there's a handful of teams you can go to, but I mean, he's another guy. What's he been in the league 9-10 years now?
1,000 yards every year.
You want to go to exactly that, and you want to go to a team that, even though he's already got a ring, thanks to friggin' Tom Brady, he's going to want another one.
Yep, he's that guy though. He's built that way.
Yeah. So, like the Raiders restructured, I forget whose deal. I think Garoppolo's deal. They like freed up $17 million.
Yep.
Would you really want to go there? No, you're not winning nothing in Vegas now with Josh McDaniels as your head coach.
No.
Evans, I think would flourish with the Giants as much as I would love the Steelers to make this move because they wouldn't, even though the wide receiver room's already crowded. But if you brought in Evans to any team that's a playoff contender, he immediately makes you a Super Bowl contender. People can argue it, but I'm saying it. He does.
Think about the Rams. They mortgage everything, even if it's a loaner with OBJ, right? You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
You make that move. That is a move that if it's available, without thinking about it, high risk, high reward, you make it. If you failed, hey, you know what? You went down trying. But that's a guy last year with how bad that offense was. He still cracked a freaking 1,000 yards. That's what that guy does. He is one of those alpha. And absolutely, man. Any team that's in the position to trade for Mike Evans, you freaking do it. So, and talking about trading for somebody here. It's like the Bears and Packers, bro. Everybody's high on the freaking Bears, baby. Everybody's high on the Bears. The Jordan Love era has begun. Finally, they're in the same program with Aaron Rodgers. He sat behind Brett Favre for like 3 years and all that shit. Blah 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 blah. Absolutely. What do you see here? Because this game is only like a very narrow 1.5. Bears are favorite. I think it could go either way. Even though Christian Watson has become questionable, he's actually not even going to play. I think he's questionable to the point that he's not going to play in Week 1. But they have a lot of good players. Dobbs, Reed. I mean, they drafted also some wide receivers. They do have depth and at the wide receiver. But everybody, I think, is picking the Bears on this one because Justin Fields, DJ Moore, Darryl Mooney, Komet. They really feel that this is the year that the Bears will finally resurface. Who do you got in this one here? The Packers or the Bears?
You'd be a fool really not to pick the Bears.
Yeah,
I mean, especially what a 1.5 favorite.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Packers fans are out there. Oh, Jordan Love's going to be the next Aaron Rodgers. Well, if that's the case, you only want one Super Bowl in over a decade. That's fine with me, but. Jordan Love, he's not bad, but he's not the answer in Green Bay. That's not who I would have drafted as Rodgers' replacement.
No, they pulled the trigger way too early on that.
Yeah. Well, I think that was in essence that was Green Bay's whatever you decide to do now, Aaron, whatever game you want to play, this is our double fuck you.
Absolutely.
We'll trade you, we'll let you go, we'll let you do whatever. Go take Ayuska in a cave somewhere. Do whatever you want, but we have somebody to take your place if you're not happy here anymore. But Jordan Love's not the answer. Yeah, they pulled the trigger too early. They absolutely did.
I mean, like I say, things can change, but the sample size that we've seen from Jordan Love starting, he hasn't looked
not great.
Not at all. So.
And that's what I'm going based on is the sample size because what else can you go off of? You can go off his college tapes.
Yeah, but I like the Bears. I think I don't Bears in this one. Yeah. I'm going with the hype. Right, Week 1 is kind of a crapshoot. Right, everything is 50-50 in my book. You know what I mean? So definitely go with the Bears on this one. I think DJ is definitely going to help Justin back there because DJ can get it. DJ is also a great catch and run wide receiver, yards out to the catch kind of guy. Definitely upgraded. That was something that And I think your boy Claypool is probably not going to see much action.
He don't see much action on the field. He don't see much action off the field either. So
absolutely. All right, cigar check, bro. How you doing with yours, man? Right now, I'm hitting the this is what I call the best part of the fucking stogie, right? What do you think of? To me, when I get to this point right here, because I like the roaches shit, and this is right now, bro.
I'm about there.
Yeah, you're pretty good. And yours is like, a little more full, a bigger mind, it's a little more fuller than mine. But this is where where my thoughts become, I am so relaxed. You know what I mean? This is like I already had a cup. My ice melted, so I'm going like one finger neat on the rum. You know what I'm saying? It's like this shit's gonna come out soon. I mean, I may start be a little belligerent in a little while, but it is what it is, man. I don't hang as tough as I used to like back in the day.
Nope, I don't either. It's 1 or 2 for me, and it's I can't drink like I used to. Hangovers now suck. It's like a 3-day recovery process. It's like, oh, somebody take me to the hospital, hook me up to a fucking IV. I need to be rehydrated quick.
That's where the cigar is so great because it kind of like makes you slow down on the booze, right? And you kind of like just take the cigar and the buzz. So my buzz now is when I'm smoking a cigar and I'm drinking, it's more of like very little sips of like whatever I'm sipping on, and and just enjoy the cigar, especially at this point right now, which is low, right? You're getting the nub of it right now. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
man. Talking about nubs, what do you think of the Raiders and Broncos? Fucking Broncos are a fucking soap opera.
Well, Russell Wilson's not running for president here, so like Sean Payton says, he's like, stop with that shit.
Stop kissing babies, right? And focus on football.
I got to go with the Raiders because every year the Broncos just aren't healthy. Judy's always hurt. Sutton's always hurt. All these guys are just always hurt. And I mean, if they were healthy with the Sean Payton type offense, I would give them the shot. But I can't. I just think Jimmy Garoppolo and Devontae Adams and the Raiders are just gonna. I wouldn't say they're gonna run all over them and blow them out, but
it's gonna be a low scoring
It's one of those. Yeah, and it's gonna be ugly. It'll be turnovers, and it'll be everything you want to see in a football game.
Absolutely. I don't think Sean. I think Sean is really pushing Russ, right? In the sense of like, dude, it's on you, right? He backed him up at the beginning of the year. He trashed the former coach last year on Hackett, and it was not just Russ's fault. But then he's coming back now by like saying that. I was like, dude, his head is not in the game. So I mean, Sean is a hell of a coach, and he could get players to play for him. Russ can cook, but I think Russ has. You're not gonna see Russell Wilson from the MVP runs that he had with Seattle. So Josh Jacobs is a good running back, right? He could do it all.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is a beast. I don't care who's throwing the ball to Devontae Adams. He could still perform. He's not washed up. So that's where I give the advantage. I'm going to go with the best wide receiver and the best running back in this matchup, and the Raiders happen to have both in my book.
And a better defense.
Yep, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, you got Max Crosby. I mean, Max Crosby, you can't knock the guy. The guy plays. I wouldn't want him tackling me. That's for sure.
No. He's a gamer. He's a gamer, and he fucking gets in your face too. So I like it. He talks trash too, so that's cool. Eagles and Patriots, my friend. I am shocked the line is only 4, and I think they're giving a lot of respect to Bill Belichick and his defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bill Belichick's always managed to have a good defense.
Yeah.
But you're banking on Mac Jones here, and that's a huge, huge gamble that really, in my opinion, has not panned out that well.
I mean, they brought in Gesicki. I mean, he's going with the 2 tight end deal again. You're right. He has like 3 tight ends in there. I don't know how much. I don't think with 3 tight ends you could blow people out of the water here.
No,
Juju, what he did last year with Patrick Mahomes. You think he's any better?
Well, I don't think Juju's playing because all the reports I read, that knee's ready. That knee's gonna blow up.
And
so
it was something
too much TikToking.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't caught, man. He wasn't caught because they could have offered Myers, who's on the other team, right? They could offer him the same deal, and now it's funny because Juju, like you said, he may not play. I mean, he's damaged goods. He's damaged goods, man. The stanky leg and shit.
And once that knee is fucked, it is fucked.
Too many stanky legs or whatever the fuck you call it. That shit in TikTok in the middle of the fucking.
And I mean, with me, like I like Juju. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, his rookie year, I think his rookie year was probably his best year because
It was.
you had Brown, the whole hit on I forget who it was on Cincinnati after he was throwing dirty hits. Juju decided, you know what, I'm gonna pull a page out of Hines Ward's book. You took out Brown, I'm gonna take you out, and then just posing over him. But then after that, it's like, where did that Juju go?
Well,
He's just.
I think you hit the nail, the head in the nail right there. You had Antonio Brown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of attention on Antonio, who had a good year also as well. And look, Antonio, as much of a space cadet and whacked out he was, look what he did when they won that chip with the Bucks. He came in midseason, and he picked up steam at the end. Had a great Super Bowl, right? I mean, last year he he did what Antonio Brown does. He's fucking out of it. He's but I think a lot of Juju's success was a contribution with having Antonio Brown on the same team. So
that
was like Big Ben's last hurrah, man. They just let him over and over again.
They should have had more Super Bowls with Ben, Brown, and Bell, but whatever, shit happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit just happens. True. But I got to take the Eagles in that game. I think Jalen Hurts. You got all those weapons. You got a stacked defense. I mean, I'm not saying Philly's going to blow them out. I think New England will stay in it.
Yeah,
but it's
New England is going to stay in everything. They're going to compete because that defense is that good.
Yeah.
I believe that it's going to be run first, pass second. Ramondre is an absolute stud, right? If healthy. Bringing in Zeke, even though he's washed up, he's going to be the guy that's going to get the goal line opportunities. So it's going to be a lot of. It's going to be run heavy, man. It's going to be run heavy. Zeke landed in the right team because they're going to use him. Bill Belichick, he's not stupid. So yeah, but absolutely, I think you got to be on crack, dude, if you're not picking the fucking Eagles in this game. So that's just pretty much the bottom line. My book. So
yeah,
and I think Seattle and the Rams. We're nearing here towards the end here. Seattle and the Rams. Gosh, I don't even know what to think. Cup is out.
Stafford doesn't. Stafford doesn't even know who his wide receivers are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think Tyler Higbee is his best receiver right now.
Yeah. I'd have to take Geno Smith and the Seahawks in this one.
They're loaded. I mean, look, think about this, right? So Kenneth Walker is questionable, but I think Charbonnet, the rookie running back, is as good or better than probably Kenneth Walker. And then of course they drafted, JSN. I can't pronounce what is it, Jackson? I can't pronounce his freaking name, dude. It's just Jackson Nick.
I just call him JSN.
JSN, dude.
Yeah, I just call him JSN.
Yeah, and Tyler Lockett every year does the same thing, bro. He's gonna get 2,000 yards. He can get open. Geno can do his thing. So absolutely, I think. There's my dog in the background, probably about to take a shit. If you see him back there, there it is. But absolutely, I think they have the better team. DK is a stud, right? Tyler is a stud. Yeah. JSN is as good as he's gonna be. Him and Addison are Addison. Him are my top two rookies, right? They got to be in the mix for Offensive Rookie of the Year as well. So obviously, I definitely got to give Geno second year in a row. Geno, who after 10 years of bouncing around and just being the other guy, he knows the offense. I'm going to take this. Well, I'm going to take the Seahawks 100%. I'm definitely probably going to bet this game as well. So, and last but not least, man, your boy. What is it, douche nozzle?
I can't believe I had to draft that fucking cocksucker.
You have to. I mean, look, on paper.
Well, because this is how I looked at it. I had the last pick in the second round. And then it's, obviously it's a snake draft, so you have the first pick in the third round. I took Garrett Wilson because why wouldn't you?
You have to.
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stack it.
Garrett is
I'm going to take Garrett Wilson, who's probably going to be his number one target. Why would you not take the quarterback who's going to throw to him?
Yeah. That's a no-brainer.
Double up your points.
That's a no-brainer. I think Garrett is that guy. I mean, he cracked 1,000 yards last year with like Joe Flacco and Zach Wilson. All right, dude.
Mike Whitehead.
And Mike Whitehead.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to go. That's just no brainer. I mean, I would have done the same thing if I was, if those players were available at my point of drafting. Garrett is that guy. Garrett is that dude. He is that guy that he is going to be a wide receiver one, and he's that good. I mean, and Aaron knows about that shit, dude. He's played with some good wide receivers. He knows that he could be as good as Devontae Adams. All right, so why not? You have to go. That's just a no brainer. People are, when I look at this game, right? From a betting standpoint, or just because I look at the betting lines because it tells you a lot about the way the game is being predicted, right? 2.5 points, I think it's a little low for playing the Bills, even though they're playing in New York Jersey, right? It's complete disrespect towards the Bills, though. 2.5.
Yeah.
And first year for Aaron, I'm going with the Bills. Until a team dethrones the Bills from the East. Until the Bills don't win that division, all right, because the Bills have been the better team since Brady retired or left that division. They're the team to beat, and I'm gonna go with the team to beat. I mean, regardless of how dysfunctional Diggs has been and all the bullshit, dude, him and Allen are played nice. Love their running back in Cook. That dude is an all-purpose back. They still got a great defense. So I think Aaron is going to do okay, but I think the Bills is going to take game one on this one. As good as the Jets are on paper, defense, offense. I mean,
without a doubt, I'm taking the Bills too. The thing is, again, with these Jets fans, and I deal with them a lot living here in New York.
Oh, absolutely.
And they have this high expectation, but they have it every year. They had it with Zach Wilson. They had it with Mark Sanchez. They had it with Boomer Esiason being here, right?
Yeah, okay. Boomer, bro, back in the day.
So the thing is this. Rodgers couldn't beat Garoppolo in an NFC East championship game. Okay? Or any meaningful NFC playoff game. Couldn't beat him. So he decides he's going to move to a more stacked quarterback conference in the AFC. And you're expecting him to just steamroll through Allen, Burrow, Pickett, Lamar, Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, whoever the fuck else you could think about. I don't see it. I see 8, maybe 9 wins out of this Jet team.
Unlike Tom Brady, who went to a place where he was going to be one of the best quarterbacks, this is different. Aaron picked one of the toughest effing divisions and conferences. Like you said, you just mentioned all those quarterbacks that could be ahead of him. And granted, look, Aaron is not going to go in there and shit the bed. I think he still is going to produce at a high level. He's a very smart, high IQ, regardless of being a douchebag or not. He's that guy. He's not one of the greatest quarterbacks for no reason because he does have the high IQ. He has the tools. Yes, he's 39, but again, he went on paper. That team is stacked. They mortgaged the whole freaking kit and caboodles. I mean, they took that house and took a reverse mortgage on it and cashed out. Dalvin Cook. They brought in Alan Lazard. They brought everybody that Aaron wanted right now, a la Tom Brady. Remember when Tom Brady went to the Bucs and you and I have spoken about this already. Hey, give me Gronk. You got Gronk. Hey, midseason, give me Antonio Brown. Hey, I had a small sample size with him, but we connect, right? Where he was in New England. He's getting his wish list. Now it's put up or shut up. But it's a much tougher scenario and situation than when Tom Brady was. So, got the Bills.
Because Tom Brady went to a weaker difference. Exactly. Tom Brady also, too, went to a weaker division where he could dominate.
He was the man.
Then, year 2 wasn't so great for Brady.
No, but they still won the division, and they went to the second round, right? They lost to the Super Bowl champs, and it was a close game because, it was a close game. So, year 3, it is what it is, man. 43 years old, shit. It is what it is. But if you take the year 1 comparison, it's big freaking difference, man. From Brady going to the Bucs is him going to the Jets and just going to the top division, bro. Like you said, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. I mean, Herbert, you got Tua. I mean, even the worst Lamar. I mean, dude, it's just rough, man. You got like the top quarterbacks in that division, so it's not like he decided to go to a cakewalk here, man. I mean, it's different. It's different, man. It's different. So, got the Bills in the first one. I think Aaron's gonna have to wait for week 2 to get his win. His first win as a Jet.
Yep. Without a doubt.
Holy shit! We ran through the whole week one the rapid reactions, man. Hey, listen, anybody else watching, man, take note. We gave you some good nuggets. To place your bets with your fantasy players. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, oh my man. So hey, I think it's that time of the show here, bro, where we got to get a little wild here, and of course, it is Jim douchebag pick of the week, the month, whatever. Let's get it and let's go.
You're a douchebag. 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 You're a douchebag. Douchebag.
Oh man, Jim, I got a toggle here, but before I move to my next slide, who is your douchebag of the week?
Oh, there were so many to choose, but this one I had to go with it. Obviously, the pitcher from the Dodgers, Jose Urias, yet again, that piece of shit. Biggest fucking douchebag there's got to be. I mean, listen, I don't condone hitting women at all, right?
Me neither.
This guy does it twice. You didn't learn from the first time, so let's just do it again. Mm-hmm. It's like the Domingo Herman effect.
Exactly.
You don't learn from the first mistake. So, let's make it again. And now he's on indefinite administrative leave.
Yep.
And there's so much backlash from it, from not just fans of baseball, but like if you scroll through any social media app that this article is on, women are listen. I don't blame women for coming out there saying that are fans of baseball or sports in general, saying that this piece of shit shouldn't touch the friggin' baseball field ever again. Yeah, he should be locked up like the fucking animal that he is, and then just taken to Pound Town in jail. Because you ain't hitting none of them guys in jail, that's for sure. They're gonna be hitting you in more ways than one. And some of them got some gas pumps for that ass, I'll tell you right now.
Jailhouse Rock is, they're very serious about women beaters over here, and this guy has done it twice.
Yep.
He deserves what he gets, and it's bad for the Dodgers because they're our contending team, right? Guy's a complete piece of shit. I don't condone hitting women either. I'm a father of a daughter, and look, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I'm 45 years old. I mean, if I see this, I don't want to say that. That would be my kid who's he married with or dating, but I probably cannot take this guy one-on-one with a like fist fighting. But dude, this right here still works. That motherfucker will be in deep shit. You know what I mean? If that would have been my kid. So the guy's a complete piece of shit. That is bullshit. I mean, there's not a single man in this world that should be considered a man that puts his hands on women. Absolutely. Nope. Those guys are not real men. They hit women because they are afraid to tangle with a real fucking man. And that's what this guy is here. Julio Urias, whatever his fucking name is. I mean, the guy.
Yeah, Julio Urias.
Yeah, so.
Right now he's just known as fucking. Well, right now he's known as fucking public enemy number one. So fuck him.
So you know what? This guy, to me.
Hope he winds up going to jail.
Put his ass on the front line and. So, this guy, complete piece of shit. Not even a douchebag. The guy's a piece of shit. He makes Deshaun Watson look like a fucking scholar, or a game of dominoes.
He makes Deshaun Watson look like a fucking altar boy who hasn't been molested by a priest yet.
Absolutely, so freaking lootly, man. Oh, what a piece of shit, dude. I mean, I just don't play that. I don't condone that. And let's move his ass out of the damn screen because this pisses me off to no end. There's no room in this world for that. I mean, absolutely not. And this guy, I hope he doesn't get to pitch ever again in a major league uniform. I hope he's gone.
Well, he won't be pitching. He'll be catching.
In jail. A lot of catching.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this guy's ever taken the A train, but he will be.
He's about to.
He's about to in jail.
His Hershey Highway is about to be opened wide.
Yeah, this guy's gonna have more traffic if he goes to jail than the Holland Tunnel or the Lincoln Tunnel going through him. You know what I'm saying, dude? So
he's he's going to take more dick in one friggin' night in a jail cell than Sasha Grey did her whole porn career.
Yeah, you heard of Debbie Does Dallas is going to be like fucking Julio Arias does fucking Rikers, right? It's
Yeah, he is. Piece of fucking
speaking of the
shit.
douchebag track, right? You brought this guy up the last time, right? And hold on a second, my slides are all like out of whack here. But look at your boy, man. Your boy got a little, his bullshit fucking review, right? Backfired on him. Not too long ago. Yeah. It actually happened like earlier this week. He does he was doing your boy Dave Portnoy decided to do his crappy review again on a Philadelphia pizza owner here, and it backfired on him, bro, because he was talking smack. The owner went out there and confronted him, right? It was like a big video. I mean, and I'll let you explore that because you saw the video. I didn't get to see the video. Dude, all of a sudden the joint became like it blew up. It blew up. It started selling out left and right. So good after his review because of the owner, kind of just getting up on his face that, dude, the pizza place became like sold out and they had to stop selling pizza and take it over because they couldn't keep up with the demand. I mean, it couldn't happen to a nice guy at an establishment. So, tell us
I wish more guys did. I wish more guys did what this owner of a pizzeria did. You see him outside and he's bashing your product, and it's, what? If you believe in your product, then go out there and fucking defend it. And that's what this guy did. He went out and defended it, and he got up in this douche's face and whatever was said. I watched clips of the video, and not only that, he then goes to New York, and then he does a review of Sabaro's pizza in Times Square, and he's like, "Fucking, this is $4." But then again, it's Sabaro's pizza.
It's Sabaro's, bro. It's small pizza. It's small pizza, bro.
It's not like you go into, like when I grew up in New Hyde Park, where you had Burrow's and you had Lazio's Pizza, which were the two battling pizzerias, and in the neighborhood. It's fucking Sabaro's. I mean, it's not the world's greatest, but it ain't the worst either. But I'm taking reviews from this guy.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. The only thing this guy should be judging is a fucking clam chowder fucking review here, man. I mean, he's from fucking Boston, like you said last week. He should be like, hey, the only, New England is better. They have better clam chowder than Manhattan, all right? So that's the only thing this guy should be freaking reviewing and putting his hat on, bro. So he got what he deserved, and I'm glad, like you said, that somebody stood up to this punk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
you'll probably see more now.
Yeah, hey, because that's true. Because you have money, that doesn't mean it makes you an expert at one thing, right?
Yeah. Well, we've seen that with many people.
Absolutely, man. Good for him. Good for him. And Jim, you posted something on your timeline, and we're gonna close out the show with this right here. And we may go from one extreme to the other here, and we don't give a fuck if we get canceled anyway. But
cancel us all you want, but we're still gonna do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share the clip first and foremost, right? I'm gonna share the clip. And then I'm gonna let you go from douchebag of the week to probably somebody that's not the brightest tool in the damn shed, or the knife, or the sharpest drawer, or the sharpest knife in the drawer. So let me. I'm gonna share this right now before we move on and close the show out in style, like we always do. Let me go because I actually ended. Let me see. Let's go to the screen. And this is, unfortunately, it's my bad, bro. I should have been prepared for this, but I have it up here in my feed here. Let me see. Let's go and let me see if we could share. Here we go. No, that's not it. Hold on, guys. I apologize. I got some technical difficulties. Let me see if I have it up here. I have that clip ready to go. So we could react to it. All right. Hold on a second, man. Yeah, we've been on for an hour and 49. We got to crack 2 hours today, but fuck it, dude. It's Friday. We do this every couple of weeks. We probably do this a little more often. And hold on. Let's go share. Let me share my screen here. Let me pop that video. Let me see here. Here we go. Here we go. I got the right clip ready to go. I am going to before we do that, hold on a second, because this is pretty freaking classic, actually. It's pretty classic here. Let me go ahead and put it up here. Oh man, this is gonna be a funny one here. This is gonna be very funny. Let me go here. All right. Is it up there? All right, there we go. Then it's hard to like because I got like two different windows open, so it's like I'm trying to go back and forth to make sure I don't F this up. So, all right, here we go. Let's go ahead and pop this open, and I am gonna hit play. I have no idea who this girl is, Bobby O'Hoff or whatever. But come on, man.
She's done she did a podcast with Drake, right? So they're like laying in a bed, like sipping fucking champagne or whatever, and she like asks this question, and then it like turns like she tries to make herself out like the victim in this one. She's like, "So would you like do it with me or something like that?" And he's like, he looks her up and down. And he goes, "Yeah, I hit that shit." And she goes, "Well, I'm not an it. I'm a person." And he's like, "Well, you described it as would you do it?" So like, what the fuck? And in this video, how do you not know who Shaquille O'Neal is? How do you not know? How? I mean, yeah, I know he's got a minor in psychology, but you're asking him if he's like a real doctor and like all this random ass shit. Like, you don't ask him about his basketball career. Like, if we had Shaq on, I'm not asking about his medical degree. I'm asking him, hey, so, how's life after basketball? What'd you do? How'd you make all your money? Blah, 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 whatever the fuck. Or even asking about his best moments in his basketball career. This broad don't know. Dumbass of the week.
I absolutely. We may have to come up with a new category also as dumbass of the week, just because you just like fired me up about this, man. I'm like, look, we go from defending women, man, about with abuse and shit like that to like, come on, girl, you cannot like be this freaking stupid. I don't know if she was playing it, and then Shaq just kept. Because Shaq is a very likable individual. He just kept running that ticket, man. He kept running that film, man.
Yeah.
I'm a freaking.
I think he just knew she had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And he just listen. He ran with it because that's just who Shaq is. But if you're gonna have a guest on, know who you're talking to. Know your audience. Read the room. Come on.
Oh my gosh, that was just unreal, man. Not the shit, man. Definitely the dumbass of the week. She doesn't qualify for douchebag of the week because I don't think she just she's too stupid to be a douchebag right now. Hey, ladies.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of talented women, man. There's smart women in this world, but my wife being one of them. She's way smarter than I am. That's why I married her. I love her, but she's way smarter than I am, bro. I could not get to where I'm at today if it wasn't for my wife. And my wife, who has no idea who the fuck Shaq was or whatever, she would not be asking him, so you see patients? You're a doctor? Everybody knows in this world that Shaq is not a freaking doctor, man. So he just ran that film over and over again. He kept cracking it up, baby. You know what I'm saying? And she just like ate it up, man. And he just kept rolling with it. I mean,
and not only that, she's so awkward when she talks and just asks questions. She's like, it's almost like she's sitting there. She's like that shy kid in the room where it's like, oh, I don't know if I should ask my mom or dad to take me to get shoes because I might get yelled at. It's like, come on. I mean, I'm sure she's a smart girl in other areas, but do yourself a favor. Don't interview athletes if you don't know who they are. I mean, she's not a bad looking broad. I mean,
no. She's
I mean, I definitely hit it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, hey, before I was married, I probably would have buy her a drink and ran the game on her too. But yeah, absolutely clueless. It's probably the best word when it comes to this woman. And like you said, look, you got an athlete on your hands. Keep interviewing Drake and hip hop artists and, Taylor Swift or whatever the hell gets you the views in your channel at this particular point. But stay away from sports. Dumbass of the week for sure. Wow, bro. Hey, man, listen, we told people we were going to have a banger. We were going to have a lot of content today, and we did not disappoint. Did not disappoint at all.
No, I don't think we did. So far, as opposed to, I could say this, not one negative message about both shows. Well, I don't know about this one yet. Yeah. But episode 1 did not get a single negative message. In fact, it got a review. It got a review from Big Time Tommy, who I'm still waiting for a response on, by the way. So anytime you want to respond, I know you're a busy guy doing your appearances and everything, but I'm going to have to run into him at the lounge. I'm going to have to.
Hey, Tommy, we want you on, brother. All right. We want you on. You are Tommy is what this show kind of simplifies. I mean, kind of like it shows, right? You got a dude, cigars, big fucking guy, people nowadays like to knock masculinity to the fucking bone when, come on, man. This is, look, Tommy, get on here, man. You need to get on here. Shoot your shit. Shoot your shot, bro. We're more than welcome to have him. He's busy, man. Eventually we will get him. But dude, yeah, absolutely, man. I think we good job, brother. I mean, big banger episode, man. We're gonna crack almost 2 hours on this one, man. And I think it's gonna be well welcome, I think, as the first one. So
yeah, without a doubt, it definitely will be.
My man, I appreciate you. We're definitely gonna do this, keep doing this throughout the season. Coming back, we might do a couple of surprises here and there. I mean, look, right now, Jim and I decided to do this every 2 weeks. There's gonna be some times when we're like, yo, man, we can't wait another 2 weeks because there's so much shit going on that we need to go and light up the conversation, because that's what we do. I mean, look, I this motherfucker right here is like roached out, and I try to light it a little more, but I can't get any more. I'm done. I'm in the roach clip territory. You know what I mean? Right now, from a cigar standpoint.
I might have to break out the corn on the cob holder for this one.
Yeah, I think I can't do it anymore. My fingers are burning me. So, hey, my man, appreciate you, brother. Always, you brought the heat. Thanks for another show. Definitely gonna be back for more. Tell everybody where they could find you, and then we'll go ahead and advertise yourself, man. What you got going on lately?
Tomorrow night, me and Garrett are obviously recording Steel and Teal for a Monday release. We are actually planning to do another live one soon, which obviously I told you about. So, I think we're gonna do it after probably maybe week 1 or week 2. Just a matter of scheduling it and getting everybody together. So you know how it is. Yep. You try to get people together. Sometimes schedules bounce around and shit comes up, but hey, that's life. I got that going on. I'll probably do a new episode on my own show Tuesday where I'll bash Cleveland, of course, as usual. Yep. But as far as where you can find me, Twitter is the best spot because that's pretty much what I'm always on. I mean, I am on Instagram as well, but that's more for like, I do promote this show on there too, but I also promote the cigar side of it, like what I'm smoking and everything like that. So, but Twitter's the best place at Fan in the Van on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck, or as we call it on Steel and Teal, the dumpster fire. So,
Yep. Same thing here, man. Find us both on Twitter. We're very active on Twitter. Jim has a great group. You have a great community there. Where we have a bunch of talented guys. Where again, as this thing keeps evolving, right? As this show keeps evolving, we'll have some guys on, man, and we're probably, whether they smoke cigars or not, I think we'll have them on for the sports side of it. But hey, great show, and we'll definitely see you next time. This is your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast with my man
Jim from Fan in the Van.
And we will be seeing you again very, very soon. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Yo!